Now, the questions from the people. Senator Schiff, given the ongoing political tensions and Trump's actions toward his critics, do you think President Biden's preemptive pardons turned out to be more important than initially expected? Let's first tell people what that means, preemptive pardons. That was pretty unprecedented, right? Before he left office, Joe Biden pardoned you and a number of people who he thought Trump would go at.
Today, we're diving into one of the strangest, sharpest showdowns you didn't even know you needed. Adam Schiff versus Bill Maher. Yeah, you heard that right. It wasn't a shouting match. It was something way more subtle, and honestly, way more brutal. On HBO's Overtime, Schiff, the guy who's basically built his career fighting Trump, sat across from Maher, the man who's made a living roasting anyone with a working brain cell. What followed was a tense back and forth on everything from Biden's pardons to California's progressive meltdown to how social media is rotting the minds of America's kids. You could practically feel the passive-aggressive tension dripping off the stage. Was Schiff being the responsible adult in the room, or just defending a broken system? Was Maher exposing the rot, or just another cranky old man yelling at the clouds? Let's break it all down. And fair warning, nobody walks away clean from this one.
Take the opposite view. I don't think he should have given the pardons at all.
Really?
No, I don't think he should have, and I was vocal about that at the time.
Can you refuse a pardon?
That's less clear because in the case of the January 6th committee, he pardoned essentially the whole committee.
I see.
But I didn't like it both because we were enormously proud of our work on the January 6th committee, but more than that, establishing a precedent that on the way out the door, you're going to pardon any number of people, gave him even greater latitude on his way out of the door to pardon everyone around him. Chief Justice Roberts, in that immunity decision, I think, which will go down in infamy, already gave this president permission to be lawless. But the abuse of the pardon power essentially gives him an opportunity to tell everyone around him, then when I'm on the way out the door, I've got your back. And so I think part of why you see such willingness among the people around him to engage in law.
You know, the idea that before anyone's even charged, you just start handing out pardons like Oprah giving away cars. You get a pardon, you get a pardon, everybody gets a pardon. It's wild. Adam Schiff, yes, that Adam Schiff, Mr. Impeachment trial warrior himself, straight up called out Biden's preemptive pardon strategy. And honestly, he's got a point. Schiff said it loud and clear. This was a massive mistake. Because once you start normalizing pre-crime pardons, you're basically telling every crooked official and shady insider, don't worry, when it's my turn to go, I'll clean up your mess on the way out. And it gets worse. Schiff tied this straight into the Supreme Court's recent ruling, the one that basically told Trump, hey buddy, go wild, bend the rules, break the law, you're good as long as you're president. Schiff's warning is crystal clear. Between unchecked executive power and this new pardon free-for-all, we're setting the stage for future presidents to act like full-blown mob bosses. Loyalty first, laws second. Schiff's sounding a 5-alarm warning here. If we keep playing this pardon your buddy's game, accountability is dead. The rule of law and democracy? On life support, at best. And the scary part? He's not wrong.
I mean, it's such a new story. I didn't want to bring it up during the show because I don't know enough about it, but there was a judge in Milwaukee. I guess it was a hearing for an illegal immigrant, definitely an illegal immigrant. And the ICE people came in to arrest this person, and apparently the judge spirited the person out the back door. That's what I read. Don't know if it's true because I don't trust anybody until I do a full vetting of it. But if this is and so the FBI came in and arrested the judge. No, I haven't heard that. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I've ever read arrested a judge. So is this significant?
Well, I think
I'm not going to comment on something I don't know more about than what you've just told me.
You read about it too.
Yeah, I mean, I read about it, but I don't know.
So you don't trust anything either, and you work for the New York Times.
Well,
So, get this, there's this wild story making the rounds. A judge supposedly helped an undocumented immigrant slip past ICE agents right out the back door of a courthouse. Then, boom, the FBI storms in and arrests the judge. Sounds like a Netflix drama, right? Exactly. That's the problem. It sounds way too perfect to be real. Even Adam Schiff and Bret Stephens, two guys who can't usually agree on the color of the sky, both said, Yeah, not buying it just yet. And honestly, good. Because today's media will slap breaking news on a dog sneezing if they think it'll get 1 million clicks. Half these journalists are typing faster than they can think, no fact-checking, no context, just emotional bait designed to make you rage-click yourself into a coma. Schiff and Stevens accidentally dropped some real wisdom here. Don't trust anything you hear at first, even from the so-called gold standard outlets. These days, reliable sources are just slightly better dressed gossip blogs. If the story turns out to be true,
Fine, let's talk about it.
but until then, stay skeptical, stay sharp, and remember, every time you see breaking, odds are they are just breaking your brain for ad revenue.
Till then, stay skeptical, stay smart, and remember, every time you hear breaking, odds are they're just breaking your brain for ad revenue.
If film and TV productions continue to move out of California due to tax incentives in other states, what might the future look for Los Angeles? Is there a risk of it becoming the next Detroit? Well, there's no need to shit on Detroit in the question. Detroit's a fine city. Detroit.
Well,
I mean, the central part of that question is that California, I'm sorry to say this, a beautiful state, has become Exhibit A in progressive misgovernance. And if you're going to tax industries straight out of the country, if you're going to continue to lose, 100,000, 200,000 people every year who have to leave here because it's unaffordable, because housing is unaffordable, you're going to create an example of what Americans don't want from the left. So Democrats, and my colleague Ezra Klein is doing this, are taking a good hard look at California and saying, we're not that. We need to be a party that's from some other model.
Well, I don't disagree that we've got to do a lot to improve governance in California, but I don't agree with the diagnosis of why the film industry is leaving. They're leaving because they're getting richer incentives in other states and in other countries. And we haven't kept pace with that. So if you want to film in the United Kingdom, you're going to get a tremendous tax break, and our motion picture industry has left the country. If you want to film in New York or Georgia, there are generous tax incentives. If we want to keep the industry here, we're going to have to compete with tax incentives. California has started to do that. But on a federal level, I think the United States is also going to have to offer incentives to keep this industry here and to compete around the world. It didn't used to be necessary, but they're successfully wooing away this prize economic and cultural driver of the United States. So I have a deep personal interest, both because I represent this area for a long time in the House, and I love this industry. I love going out to the movies. I love watching great TV like your program.
Brett Stevens came in hot, calling California a living, breathing billboard for progressive mismanagement.
And honestly, he's not wrong.
Between sky-high taxes, red tape thicker than a Marvel movie plot, and housing prices that could make a Saudi prince flinch, it's no wonder people are fleeing like the place is on fire. Now, credit where it's due, Adam Schiff tried to bring a little nuance. He basically said, hold up. Hollywood's not leaving because they hate California politics. They are chasing better tax breaks in Georgia, New York, even the freaking UK. But here's where it gets spicy. Both of them kind of admit that California's bleeding out, and not just in the film industry. It's the cost of living.
It's the regulations.
It's the fact that building a house there takes longer than finishing Game of Thrones, and ends with about the same disappointment. And for a brief moment, Schiff and Stevens actually agreed on something. You can't fix California by just throwing more money at Hollywood. Thanks for hanging out and breaking this all down with me, and for not letting the media brainwash you without a fight. If you liked this breakdown, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring that little bell so you don't miss the next time we dive into more political madness live on camera. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear what you think about this chaos.
See you in the next one.